A long, long time ago, the world was still young. The great flood in Noah's day was over, the ark was empty, and the land was fresh and green again. Families began to spread out, children were born, and villages grew. Everyone spoke the same language and everyone understood each other perfectly. It was a rare time of unity. But as you'll see, unity can be used for good or for harm. As people moved eastward, they came to a wide open plain in the land of Shinar. It was fertile, it was spacious, and the people decided, this will be our home. They learned to make bricks out of clay, baking them until they were strong. No more building with just stones. This was a new technology, and they were excited. One day, a bold idea began to spread. Let's build a city, someone said. Not just a city, another added. A tower so tall it will reach the heavens. The people cheered. They didn't just want shelter. They wanted fame, they wanted power. Let's make a name for ourselves, they said, so we won't be scattered across the earth. It wasn't about worshiping God, it was about building their own greatness. So they worked. Day after day, brick after brick, the tower rose higher and higher. From miles away, travelers could see it stabbing into the sky. The people were proud. But their pride was exactly the problem. They had forgotten the very one who had given them the ability to build, the land to settle, and the breath in their lungs. High above, God saw what was happening. Now, it's not that God was afraid of their tower. After all, no human structure could threaten him. But he saw the heart behind it. Arrogance, self-dependence, and a refusal to follow his plan for people to fill the earth. If they kept going in this direction, nothing would be impossible for them. Not because of their strength, but because of their shared pride and rebellion. So God decided to act. But instead of knocking down the tower with fire or storms, he did something unexpected. One morning, as the workers arrived at the tower, they tried to speak to each other, but something was wrong. One man spoke, but his friend didn't understand him. Another shouted instructions, but it sounded like gibberish. Confusion spread. Arguments broke out. People gestured wildly, trying to make sense of the words. You see, in that moment, God had changed their language. Instead of one shared tongue, there were now dozens. The builders couldn't coordinate. Work stopped. The tower stood unfinished. Groups who understood each other gathered together, and slowly they began to move away. Some north, some south, some east, some west. Just as God had intended, the people began to spread across the earth. That city came to be known as Babel, which means confusion, because it was there that God confused the language of the whole world. The towering monument to human pride became nothing more than a reminder of what happens when people try to replace God with their own greatness. The lesson of the Tower of Babel isn't that building cities or towers is wrong. It's about the heart behind our work. Are we building for God's glory or our own? Pride can unite people just as easily as love can. But pride leads to destruction, while humility keeps us close to the one who gave us life. So the next time you dream big, remember this. God isn't against ambition. He's against arrogance. If we want our work to last, we need to build on the foundation of his purpose, not our ego. The people of Babel tried to climb their way to heaven, but the truth is, heaven comes down to us when we walk humbly with God.